And these are the last set of books that I got signed. When I talked about the James Dashner signing, I was one of the panelists was Jack Glines, and his book comes out in January, and he was there signing an arc of his book. And from what I gathered, it is about the underworld. So it's called The Edge of Everything. And he was so funny, and I really hope to read this soon as well. And then another book I got signed was by Adrian Kress. It's called The Explorers Adore in the Alley. And it's just a middle grade novel, but it says, Dear reader, the book you hold in your hands is full of adventure. There's a missing persons, hired thugs, a mysterious box, a hidden key, famous explorers, a risk-averse boy and girl on a rescue mission, not to mention secrets that aren't meant for the faint of heart. But if you're feeling bold or maybe even a little italics, your dreary dots and doing dance, this might just be the story for you. Also, really, it's totally under control, but if you happen to find a pig in a teeny hat, please return it to the door to Allie as soon as possible. Thank you. And she was really, really funny when I met her, and the way she signed it was, have an adventure, enjoy. So, and I really like reading middle grade novels. They're so much fun, and they're kind of like a mind break. And then I also got to meet Vic James with The Gilded Cage, and this was a, some books are more, not all are free, but not all are equal, not all are saved. And this is about I think this has to do with magic, but she was really cool when I met her. And then the last arc that I got signed was The Cruelty by Scott Bergstrom, and this is a girl's father goes missing and she has to find him, so she goes through a world of assassins to undiscover a disturbing truth, and according to him, it does have a lot of romance in it, but I'm very excited to read it. And then Epic Reads had a lot of events where, like, if you, like, I think they're called, like, Epic Read Meetup, you would go there, they would give you a bag of all these books, and then the authors would be there to sign them. So these are all the books that I got signed from those events, because I went to both of them. One was contemporary-based, and the other was fantasy-based. So the contemporary one include The Female of the Species, a novel by Mindy McGinnis, and I read her book, A Madness So Discreet, that I got from Owl Crate a couple of months back, and I really, really liked it. And this is about a girl named Alex who winds up doing something to her sister's rapist and murderer, and it kind of sends her world into a tailspin. And I heard it's a very, very intense book to read, but I heard the payoff is really, really good, and she was really, really excited about it, so I'm excited to read it as well. And then during the contemporary one, I also met Brittany Cavallaro, and she signed A Study in Charlotte for me. I've actually already read this book, but I really, really liked it. And previous that week, I got an arc of The Last of August by Brittany Cavallaro, and I want to really reread this series, and then reread this book and then read the second one. And this comes out in February, so hopefully this could be like a January read, because I really like, especially because the mystery was so well done, I really want to reread the first one before I read the second one. And then, as I said before, I got Walk Like a Stranger by Rae Carson. This is the only one that's not signed because she wasn't there. She was not feeling as well. But I did get this one as well. And this has to do with the gold rush, I think. So I have the sequel that I got as well. And then I also picked up The Girl from Everywhere by Heidi Heigl. And this is a time traveling novel as well. Find Your Anchor. And I was so excited about this book. Really, really excited. So I hope to read this soon. And then I also picked up The Outliers by Kimberly McCraden. She was awesome to meet her. And this is a book about trusting your instincts. And Cassie's best friend goes missing, and it's her responsibility to find her. So those are all the books that I got signed from the Epic Reads people. And now here is my last bunch of arcs. Most of these are very highly anticipated, so we will see what I got. Now, Epic Reads did this really, really cool thing. They did it like 2 times a day. They had like all these highly anticipated arcs, and you got to pick one. So the first one I got, it was like fairy tale themed. I got Hunted by Megan Spooner. She's also the author that wrote these Broken Star series, and this is a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, and A Beauty Deadlier Than the Beast. So I'm so excited to read this, and it comes out in March. So hopefully I get to read this soon. I definitely want to finish her previous series first. From the same fantasy retellings, I got The Wish Granter by C.J. Redwine. I read The Shadow Cream, but this is the sequel to it, and it follows a different country or a different world, but it's in like the same world. So they're all kind of like interconnected. And then I also picked up Carnival by Stephanie Garber. This comes out in January. And it's Scarlet has never left her tiny island when she and her beloved sister Tella live with their ruthless father. Now Scarlet's father has arranged a marriage for her, and Scarlet thinks her dreams of seeing Carnival or legendary one-year performance when the audience participates in the shows are over. But when her sister suddenly goes missing, it kind of takes Scarlet's life on a whirlwind. So I'm excited to read that, and that was like one of my highly anticipated books to get. And then I also picked up from Epic Reads The Freemason's Daughter, which was by Shelley Sackler, and this I really like. The Freemasons, so I'm excited to see a YA interpretation of it. And then the last book that I got was Will Wire, The Last Staff of Wonder. And this is just another middle grade novel. It comes out in March 7, 2017. And I know that this actually might be the second book in his series. Yeah, this is book 2. So book 1 is The Relic of Perilous Falls, which I'll have to try to get. But this comes out in March, so I'll be sure to get the first one before I read it. Those are all the books that I got from Comic-Con. It was such a fun weekend, and I really enjoyed myself. So